everybody, it's Heather, and today I'm going to talk about zombies, as the title may have warned you just a little bit. I'm not saying I believe that there's going to be a zombie apocalypse because the science is just highly improbable. But I am saying that if there were to be a zombie apocalypse, it would happen in Zombie Ground Zero, which is Whittier, Alaska. For those of you who live in Whittier, you know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? Now, as some of you may know, I live in Alaska, and you may be thinking, why the heck is she wearing a sleeveless shirt in Alaska in February? And the answer to that is that this is not a normal February for Alaska. So this is what it looks like outside my house right now. There's supposed to be about 3 feet of snow and bitter cold temperatures this time of year, but it's actually around 30 degrees. It's supposed to be negative 30, but you know, whatever. So I don't know what's going on, but hey, if I want to wear a sleeveless shirt in February in Alaska, it's none of your business. In order to understand why Whittier is ground zero for a zombie apocalypse, you have to understand how to get to Whittier. My family took a road trip to Whittier last winter, and it's a great little town on the coast of Alaska. It's tucked away. We had to drive 3 hours to get there through this beautiful countryside, just mountains everywhere, beautiful glaciers. Oh my gosh, it was a gorgeous ride. And then we reached the border of Whittier. Tank, are you okay? He's like coughing up a hairball. Now, on the border to Whittier is this tunnel. Whittier is enclosed in mountains. There are mountains on all sides of it. It's a bowl of mountains. And in order to get through those mountains to get to the town, you have to go through a 3-mile long, single lane, one-way tunnel. The walls of this tunnel are not cement, they are rock. Like, someone literally just drilled a hole through this mountain and is like, oh, let's all drive our cars through it and hope it doesn't collapse or anything, because yeah, not where you go if you're claustrophobic, just gonna say that right now. This tunnel, because it's one way and people have to go in and people have to go out, it's closed every half hour for about 30 minutes in order to let people from different sides go through the tunnel. And it doesn't really help that much that there's like these safe zones. Every 30 feet while you're driving down the tunnel, there's like this door in the side of the mountain that says panic room or safe room, or I forgot exactly what the words are on it, I'll have to look, but it's not exactly reassuring because when you're through that tunnel, you think, oh great, I'm just gonna have to go to the panic room and just have a psychotic breakdown for an hour or so. In the summer, Whittier is a bustling, busy tourist town, but in the winter, no one is there, and it's gloomy and dark and scary, like, all the time, and it's freezing cold, and just not a very great place to be. Once you get into Whittier, it's just beautiful. There's mountains everywhere, and just gorgeous views wherever you happen to turn around. And then you get into town, which is like terrifying. Now, in Whittier, there's a school that we drove past that is like, it looks like it's prepared for a zombie apocalypse. I mean, I know it's because of the snow. They get a ton of snow in Whittier, so their school is like extra fortified to handle the snow, but it looks like a bunker for like people to go if there's zombie apocalypse. There's this school and it looks like a bunker. It doesn't look like a school. It's like protected and it's got all this metal all over it, and oh my gosh, it's something to see. If you keep driving a little ways, you get to the abandoned ships. So these are ships that are out of commission because it's the winter and nobody wants to go on a fishing charter, but they are like just sitting in the middle of town, these ships with rust and algae and things growing off of them, and they look abandoned. This city is completely it's an abandoned town. Seriously, it looks like there is nobody living there. Then if you keep driving a little more ways, you get to the abandoned hotel. Now this is the creepiest building I've ever seen in my life. You know all those abandoned mental hospitals on TV shows where all the ghosts come out and kill everyone? Well, this is pretty much the same thing, but it's a hotel. I mean, you drive past and there's this big old abandoned building with signs all over it telling you to keep out, and there's mold, and it just looks like something straight out of a horror movie. I'm not even joking. The real story behind this building is that it's where Whittier used to be a big military city. All the soldiers would stay in this hotel, and it eventually got abandoned when the town was turned into more of a tourist town. So there's just this abandoned hotel that looks like the creepiest thing I've ever seen in my life. If you keep driving down the road, there's a bunch of different streets that'll take you through the town, basically. While we were there, this is not all the time, but while we were there, we stopped to get out and look at this view, and on the side of the road was this carcass. This mutilated carcass. I'm sure it was a deer or something like that. It didn't look big enough to be a moose, but I'm pretty positive it was a deer that had just been picked clean, and it wasn't the most reassuring thing when my family was already talking about zombies and serial killers who live in this town. But it didn't exactly help raise our spirits or feelings about the town at all. As we were driving out of Whittier, we passed all these freight units. Anyway, they had like air conditioning on the back of them, and I know that it could have been for storage for perishables, but why would you have perishables sitting in this lot? And they were working, like they were smoking, there was stuff happening in these boxes. And like, is this just the horror movie town? I didn't understand exactly what is going on in this town. Were they like cryogenic chambers that were housing frozen people until the future? I don't even know. This is like sci-fi town right here. And I swear, if they turned this town into like this Halloween tourist area, they would make billions of dollars off this town if they would just turn it into a haunted town, and they could go for the whole Halloween theme, and it would be perfect. And someday I'm going to become the mayor of Whittier, and just bam, it will be the best town ever. Then as we were leaving, we saw these tunnels in the ground, and apparently they were pedestrian walking tunnels. And so I told my parents, we're like, hey, we have to go through these tunnels. They're the like, I just feel like we need to walk from downtown to the middle of town and through these tunnels that go underground, and I don't know what we were thinking, but we decided it would be a good idea to stop and walk through these tunnels. And these are the creepiest tunnels you will ever see. I swear this would be a wonderful haunted town. But seriously, you go and it's these like drainage pipes that they've made into a tunnel, a walking tunnel, and it's very dimly lit, very spooky, very creepy. And as you're leaving, of course, you have to go through this tunnel, and long story short, we were almost trapped in Whittier because the tunnel closes at 6 and we didn't realize that, so at like 5:55 we were at the entrance to this tunnel, like we had to get through. There's no way we're staying in this creepy serial killer zombie town until tomorrow morning, because we will just die. But long story short, Whittier is Zombie Ground Zero, and if you don't believe me, go look it up. I mean, this is a creepy town. If you want to go somewhere and set up a haunted house, this is where you need to go, because it's the best. So that's the end of that video. I hope you enjoyed. Pretty cool, I guess, a little bit, talking about zombies. Yeah, whatever. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and comment. Oh yeah, comment. Comment down below, what do you think could be some other zombie ground zeros in America, or I guess anywhere else in the world, just let me know. Maybe I'll make another video about it if anybody likes this one. If you like this video and thought it was funny and cool, click the like button. I'm getting sick, so my voice sounds a little weird, but I will make new videos every Sunday, and I will see you next Sunday. Oh, also, follow me on Twitter and on Instagram and on Pinterest. It's pretty depressing. I only have like 5 followers on Twitter, and I hate to beg, but it's getting desperate. I really need some followers. I do daily Did You Knows and daily movie quotes, so please follow me. It would just make my day. Links to everything are in the description below. And I will see you next Sunday. Bye!